and director from Boston University, named Robert Patton-Sproul, and he wrote a movie called Squeeze. Squeeze was on a few weeks ago on the movie channel. It's on Netflix, but that was my first movie, and I was just excited to do it. You know what I mean? Probably like some of these actors back here, just excited to get on the stage maybe for the first time. I was excited to do my first movie role. You know what I mean? It was just, yo, word. Movie? Okay, shoot. Hey, nobody's getting paid. I don't care, it's a movie. The deal was that we were going to get paid once it gets sold. So we did it, and like maybe a few years passed and it sold. Miramax bought it for $1 million. It was an independent movie. That movie led to, that movie played in New York, LA, and Boston. So Warner Brothers, some people seen it, and Warner Brothers, Larita Jones is now the president of BET. She seen it. Like, okay, I like your skills or whatever. They called me in Boston to audition me for the role of TK. So Warner Brothers flew me out here and I auditioned for the role. But first and foremost, as God says, he said, Jesus said something like, if you ask the Father anything in my name, it will be given to you. So of course I had to ask the Father. I'm like, you know, I'm praying. The final audition for the president of Warner Brothers, I think it was, I'm drinking my water. I'm praying, Father, please, in the name of Jesus Christ, bless me with this role. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what the word tells me to do. Please, in Jesus Christ's name. And Jesus opened up the door for me, blessed me to play the role of TK. And that's the first time I met Kyla Pratt. We worked on Parenthood together, and she was a lot littler. I was 18. We worked together on the Parenthood, and her career took off. From the Parenthood, I went on to did some movies with Pastor Johnson. I did Auto Recovery, Flossing, and we did
Public Trans,
and that was a good opportunity.
Foster Baby.
Which one?
Foster Baby. Did you do Foster Baby?
With Todd Bridges.
Yeah.
And I created this new project, my own project called Promise. It's a promise from God based upon Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. You know what I mean? I wrote it, directed, produced it, and we sell to this day. We self-distributed. We did like 7,000 units in the streets ourselves. Like Master P, I heard did like 10,000 units. We did 7,000 in the streets, self-distribution. But in it, I do my comedy. I do Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac, Bill Cosby, do my stand-up.
Take it after one day, and I believe it as much as you do. Hi, you guys. My name is Kyla Pratt. I was a child actress. I started when I was about 7 years old, and I worked like crazy ever since. And I just had a little girl. She'll be 2 in November. Little grandma right here. But I'm still acting. I'm enjoying myself. I started off, I did the Barney movie when I was about 11. Now my daughter loves it. When I was a teenager, I was like, dang, why I do that? It's so embarrassing, but she loves it now, so that's why I did it. I did shows like The Parenthood, Moesha, The Parkers. I had the television show 1-on-1, and The Proud Family, who was shooting at the same time. And I took a little break off, of course, to have my daughter, but I'm still focused and just enjoying myself, and I'm venturing off into the producing and writing side of the industry. And I love stuff like this because I love to see young actors fighting to live their dreams no matter what anybody says. And fortunately, I had a great parent in the home who was always good to me and never made me the breadwinner. Never told me this is what you have to do. I was always asked, do you still want to do this? And yeah, so that's me. I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited, and yeah, that's about it. And I will be a $20 million actor.
And what do you expect me to do? I don't even know the guy.
Look, I didn't ask for your help, all right? I just need a little understanding.
Understand what? How you use everyone around you? How you make a mark of everybody's friendship?
I know what I did was off. I know what I did was wrong. I don't have any excuses. I really shouldn't expect anyone to understand.
Yes, you do. Come on, man. Come on. You go around using and hurting people with no thought of what you're doing to them.
Please, can't you talk? I couldn't take it if you turn against me too.
Look, I will always be there for you. But don't ask me to understand. What you do to people, I can never do that. I have to respect myself.
But I'm
No. understand why you hurt so many people. Why do you do it? You act like you're the only person in this whole world with feelings.
I don't know why.
I'll tell you one thing. You're gonna wake up one day and be a lonely old fool. You can't keep lying on people and manipulating them. Oh, this has got to stop.
I know! All right? I know. This gotta stop. But how? Every time I tell myself, hey, come on, this is wrong. Don't do it. I don't know what happens. I do it anyway. I can't stop myself. I just can't. I can't stop hurting people. This has become
Maybe. Well, maybe you need help, man.
help. Help. I need help. What kind of help?
Professional help. You have a serious problem, Rico?
So, you trying to say I'm crazy?
I'm trying to say you need help. In the kindest way I know how. But we've been friends for a long time, and I'm about the only friend you got left. And it's not because you haven't done me in a couple times either.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to hurt you.
Don't you see? You never mean to hurt anybody. But you always do.
You got what I'm doing.
And that's the only reason why I'm still here. Because I seen you after you stuck a knife in someone's back. And I do believe you feel something. But if I ever felt like you didn't feel some type of remorse, I couldn't be your friend either.
But don't say that. I ever lost your friendship, I don't know what I'm doing.
Then get some help.
I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin.
Here, man. Let's start.
What is this? What are these papers? Huh? You trying to throw me in the crazy houses?
You said you needed help.
No, you said I needed help. I said I had a problem.
I'm the one that said you had the problem. And how do you fix the problem you have? By getting this help.
You can't do this, so you just come over here, right? You try to shove these papers down my throat and what? You being a good friend? Huh?
Rico, if you don't pick up those papers right now, I promise I'm leaving and I won't be back.
Well, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do then. Right. All right. All right. Some maybe some psychologists or something.
Yes, lots of them. You have your pick. Old, young, fat, skinny, bald, hairy. On and on and on. Name after name. Page after page of help.
There must be a lot of crazy people in the world with all these psychologists making their living.
Yeah. And you one of them, man.
I guess I'm like a part of the company.
I say you do.
What do I do?
Pick up the phone, dial the number on these pages, and ask for help.
And what else, huh? What else after this?
Use the phone and call Julie.
I'm not calling
You
you.
know, ask for forgiveness. That'd be another good start.
What else, man? Huh? What else happened? Look at these papers.
Get down on your hands and knees and pray Frank doesn't kill you before you have a chance to say you're sorry. And while you're down there, pray to God that you never lose a friend like me.
I'll tell you what. I'm hard to think.
Well, good. So you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's get to it. Please.
Hey, Cap. I brought you something.
Yeah?
Yes.
What? Another girl's telephone number?
No. Something even better.
Come on, man. You know I don't smoke or drink.
But this is the first time for everyone.
Come on, man. You act like you don't know what happened.
And everybody takes a break sometimes. You know that.
Yeah, but I'm not everybody. I'm you.
Cat, what time is not gonna hurt?
Look, I said no. Besides, it was just one time that got me in this chair. Bam.
You gonna start this again?
Yes, again and again and again until somebody hears me so they don't make the same fatal mistake that I made. That could rob them of their freedom or even their life.
Why can't you just forget about the past and live for today? Today.
Are you blind or something?
No.
You can't see? How do you expect me to forget about the past when every morning I wake up, I can't even get out of bed on my own? I can't even go to the bathroom and take a piss without help. Do you know the emotional trauma I face each and every day? Huh? Man, ever since the war, I've become less than a man. I went to war, player, Casanova. Man, I can put it down. Yo, I had any woman that I looked at, man, and now I can't even satisfy my own wife. Do you know how living in this chair, day in and day out, make me feel?
It ain't all that. At least you get your bills paid by the government. On time. You don't have to see the bright side of everything that's happened in your life.
Right side?
Bright side. That's it.
Man, what's the bright side of this? It's every man's dream to want to satisfy his own life. To go play ball. To go shopping. Or even to work at the shipyard. It's to live life to the fullest.
Life to the fullest. Yes, I live life to the fullest, Captain. Right here. This right here is life to the fullest. High life.
Carl, you don't even have it all. Living life to the fullest is being an alkie, sitting around drunk every day. So drunk that you don't even know your head from your toe.
I do too.
Carl, I look at you, man. One moment you're a nice guy. And the next moment, you're like Dr. Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll?
Yes.
Oh, church boy, don't you judge me. Okay? This is not my fault. It's not my fault that I'm like this.
And it's not my fault that I'm like this either. But I'm here. And I'm dealing with it.
What you talking about?
Oh, I don't? No. Yep, I was there. You remember.
No, don't say it again either.
But you don't want me to remind you about the mortar shells that exploded all around you? And the pieces of metal that shot off into your head? Man, we almost lost you. If it wasn't for me, you'd be dead by now. But it was me, Carl, who got you to the medics in time to get you to the hospital for your surgery.
Stop.
It was me, your lifelong buddy.
Stop it.
No, I won't stop it, Carl. Deal with it. I gave up my freedom for you.
I can't take it no more, man. Every night, I hear the explosions going off in my head. I'm waking up in a cold sweat, screaming at the top of my lungs. And my wife, you know, it's a good thing she left me. She couldn't take the beatings that she woke up to every morning.
Carl, I gave up my freedom for you. The only thing that I have left to look forward to is meeting Jesus when he comes back for me. And I'm not giving that up for no bomb.
Sorry. If I could do it over again, I would rather have God. If it is to happen to you, I want to end my life. Every time I think about it.
Look, Carl. Stop talking. If I had to do all over again, man, I would still save your life. You're my brother, man. I forgive you too. But Carl, you have to forgive yourself. You have to get yourself together, man. Live.
It's hard.
If there's anybody that should be thinking about taking their own life, it should be me. But I'm okay. I'm okay.
You know what?
What?
Yeah, I don't really know about being a Christian. But I'm willing to try. Maybe it could be like you. Get some peace. And joy too.
Like me.
Hello, this is Ernest Johnson from the JITA Actors Workshop. We were here today with this powerful showcase, and our actors got the opportunity to be on a real stage in Hollywood, and we have some real Hollywood, I don't like to use the word celebrities, I like to use the word professionals, because I'm in the business too. I want you to welcome to the broadcast Kyla Pratt.
Hello.
And Tyrone Burton. Good. Well, I'm excited, and I just kind of wanted to get your insight. You've been in the business since a child, and you're a professional. Your take on the showcase tonight?
I really enjoyed the showcase tonight. I felt every person on stage loves what they do and takes what they do seriously. And being an actress, they always say, oh, do you mind if somebody's trying to get into acting who hasn't really done it? Like they say someone from music, and I say it doesn't bother me as long as they take my craft and what I love seriously. And that's what I saw today, and I felt everybody, the love in the room, and I enjoyed myself. I'm glad I was here.
So JITA Actors Workshop is like a family.
Yeah.
Is that right, family?
Yeah.
Now, Kyla, we have thousands of people out there wanting to make it in the business. What is the difference between those that actually work and those that never do?
Oh, that's it. That's hard. I've been working nonstop since I was 7 years old, and I know I had a brief period where there just wasn't any work,
Okay.
and I was just like, I gotta do something. I just miss what I do and I love it so much, and I constantly tell people who want to be in this industry, you have to love it. You can't get into it for fame, you can't get into it for money, because it's very stressful and you will go crazy. And if it's something you love, I mean, we're getting paid to do stuff that we love. Coming to classes like this and building a family with someone who loves this as much as you do, that's what I saw today in this production, and that's why I enjoy it so much.
So what would you say to encourage young actors that are watching this right now to not give up?
To encourage young actors who are watching this right now, don't stop. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. I'm one of those people, I like when people tell me that I can't do something because it gives me a little rush to prove them wrong. I like seeing them with their face on the floor. So you do the same thing and, you know, keep it going. And if you love it, keep doing it. Don't get into it for the wrong things. If you love something else, do that. Fame is not... like he said, that word celebrity, I'm an actress.
Right. So, come on, give her a hand. So, Tyrone, what advice would you give to young actors? You were on a television series, and you're doing your own play, you're producing, you're directing. I mean, he's really doing a great thing.
He was on stage tonight. As soon as you said, do this, he was like, all right there. I said, now that's an actor.
Right, that's an actor.
That's what we do.
So what advice would you give to young people out there? And you know, and I'm not just gonna say young people. My oldest client was 80 years old when she started in commercials, and her house, she lived in Watts, and her house was in foreclosure. She got one commercial, pulled it out of foreclosure. So what would you say, Tyrone, to those that are watching to encourage them?
Just enjoy it. Do what you love to do. Whether if you like acting, like Kylie said, it ain't about the money. Do it because you love it, because you enjoy it. You got the Michael Jordans, he loved it. You got Michael Jackson, he loved it. You know what I mean? You got Kylie, you got myself. We love it. Do it because you love it. Don't be motivated by money or fame. That'll come. Like Robert Townsend said, that comes with the territory. You do it, enjoy it. And like, who said that? To be or not to be? Who said that? And that's real, because as an actor, you either are or you ain't. You know what I mean? You either, the audience is watching you, they gonna believe you, or they don't. So you want the audience to believe you. Do it because you love it and enjoy it. It's fun.
All right.
Actor for life.
All right.
Tyrone Burton.
So, last question. You had a baby about 2 years ago. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, she'll be 2 in November. Yay! That's my little mama, my little mini-me. And she's crazy already. And I was thinking about, everybody keeps asking me, do I want her to get into the industry? And at first I was like, no, just let her chill. But her personality is all over the place, so it's kind of hard not to. So I don't know, we'll see. Whatever happens, happens.
Okay, what's next for you?
What's next for me, I am starting my own production company.
Okay, good.
And I ventured off into writing a little bit.
Good.
And like I've said before, I take my time doing things. I don't rush into anything because I'm a perfectionist. And so that's it right about now. And being mommy. And Let's Stay Together on BET. Doing it in the 3rd season. And still auditioning, still doing everything, and everybody looks at me like, you audition? I'm like, yeah. What you talking about? I gotta get you think I'm gonna be like, no, I don't audition? Please, I need this job. So
wait a minute, Kylie. You just made a very good point. And I think all the actors that are here that are coming into the business, a lot of people say, if I get a certain level, I no longer audition.
Right.
So you just made a statement that you do audition. What is that all about?
Well, I know there are people, you know, when they get to a certain level, they don't have to audition.
Right.
And sometimes I don't have to as well.
Right.
But there's always somebody in the industry who might not know your name or might not have seen you before.
Right.
And you just have to remember, no matter how much work you have done, you have to stay level-headed in this business.
Right.
Because if you crazy, nobody's gonna want to work with you.
Right.
And there's a lot of actors out there, and you have to understand that, you know, skills can be, you know, learned and practiced and nourished. And if you going crazy, they're gonna find somebody else for the job. So you want to be a good professional, and you want to enjoy your craft and keep practicing. And that's what I loved about today, and how you started it off. You were like this venue, and I just feel like my acting coach always told me, your job you have right now, may get you your next job.
Right.
No matter what you're doing.
Right,
You
right.
sitting up here on this stage tonight, you could have sparked anything in anybody's brain that's going to get you that next thing or get you that first thing. So keep moving forward and keep doing what you're doing.
How do you stay level-headed?
My family, they're crazy. And, no, my family. I've always, I grew up in this industry, but I was still doing chores. I was still going to school. I was the oldest of 5.
Wow.
So I had a lot of responsibility, and I don't want my siblings looking at me and thinking I'm crazy, and it's okay to be crazy. I mean, I'm a little crazy, but I admit it though. Bad crazy people don't admit that they crazy.
Dude on the stage, they was crazy.
They was crazy. Both of them. Crazy. I was like, when is the peace gonna come? It's a lot. But no, everybody did so good today, and yeah.
And what keeps you level?
Oh man, off the top, Jesus Christ, the Word of God. The Word of God keeps me level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I come from the hood to Hollywood. From pumping gas to making $12,000 a week, and that, to me, that was big money at that time. But the sky is not even the limit. 20 million plus. With Jesus Christ, one thing to the young people: you can do all things through Christ. That's right.
Tyrone, you guys did a fantastic job. Didn't they do a fantastic job? Thank you so much for being a blessing to us and being a blessing. You have helped their future. Thank you so much.
Thank
One
you.
more time.
From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance,